Okay, so this is edition 52 of Page Turning Tuesdays with Tom. That's one full year. I'd much rather have you just buy the book, but I understand you're addicted to my readings. So without further ado, let's continue. Here we go. I open my eyes and take a drink of water. Dr. Robin Durst is busy taking notes, which suddenly makes me wonder about my choice of topics. I look at the mirror to get a glimpse outside. The sky is a water painting of blues and whites. The clouds are moving at normal speed. Wow, what an interesting experience that was. I really appreciate your openness, Tom. Did you talk to anyone else from your family on Christmas? No, just Chris Bross the Great. Okay, how about we finish this session with what was happening on the ranch, the Diamond D Ranch? I set down the water, leaned back into the chair. Switching gears is effortless. I take a deep breath, close my eyes, and visualize the Diamond D Ranch sign at the end of our driveway. Right in front of this sign is where we catch the bus to go to school. On the way home from school one day, I desperately needed a dose of Chris's support. It's the opposite of cool to sit next to one of your siblings on the school bus, but it had been a bad day and I knew talking to Chris would help. She took one quick look at me and kindly asked her friend to move so I could sit down next to her. What's wrong? At first I was hesitant to tell her, but she pressed me gently for details, and I told her, I made a fool of myself at school today. Tell me what happened. Again, it took more of her coaxing. Well, it was my turn to read in front of the class. Stupid book, stupid sentence. I mispronounced one of the words and felt like such a fool I couldn't finish. That's no big deal. Easy for you to say. It was very embarrassing. I'm listening. The sentence was, Sarah, let's play in the dome tent. Only I read it as, Sarah, let's play in the doomy tent. Chris laughs in my face so hard I end up laughing too. She correctly guesses that I was teased at recess and puts her arm around me. Tom, you like to make people laugh, but not like this. Yes, like this, and you can laugh about it too. As if you laugh about it too, there's nothing for anyone to tease you about. She was right, and of course I did it, and then it was over. Winter is approaching on the ranch. The days are getting shorter and the temperatures are dropping, especially at night. It's one thing to see the stars through the ceiling on a warm summer's eve, and quite another feeling the icy rain reach your face on a cold, stormy night. Our sole source of heat in our dilapidated ranch house is an antique cast iron oil-burning contraption perched in the corner of the dining room where it does the least amount of good. It's essentially a blowtorch wrapped in aluminum foil strapped to the wall with rusty wires. Once the fire hazard gets going, it hisses like an angry cat. Highly concentrated heat is forced through the small, red-hot iron grate about the size of an orange. In the dark, it looks like we've captured a mini sun and we're harvesting it for heat. Every morning, we jockey for position in front of that little iron opening. To get warm, you have to do what we call the human marshmallow dance, which requires rotating your body up and down and all around at the correct speed to evenly toast yourself. The goal is to get as close as you can to the liquid hot magma without actually catching on fire. At first, Mom finds the frost invading our house beautiful and sets out to capture it on film. But as it gets colder, she convinces John that it's time to move down the hill into a house with central heating. John agrees, and our chances of surviving the winter significantly improve. My brother, my sisters, and I don't want to move. The ranch is packed with things to do. But moving does solve my problem with Big Ray. I had considered telling John about Mom's affair, but decided to let it go in light of this change. All those terrible feelings surrounding the affair can be tucked away, misplaced, lost, and over time, possibly even forgotten. That's the funny thing about bad memories. The more they sink down into the past, the more its bits and pieces float back up to the surface. We can hardly believe our new house in Fair Oaks. It seems way too good for us. The first time we see it, we realize we'll be living in luxury. Look, we have walls and ceilings and well-distributed heat. The prior occupants clearly raised 3 girls here, and my sister's room is perfectly poised for new occupants. A trio of pink headboards and butterfly decals line the wall. They have a gigantic walk-in closet with built-in shelves and slots for shoes. In the bathroom, there's a pink toilet that seems off limit to boys. When they're all moved in, it looks like the set of a Walt Disney movie. Though Martins live across and down the street from us, I meet Matt the day we move in. After just staring at us for the longest time, he wanders near me and starts a weird conversation. "Is your brother an only child?" he asks. Instead of answering, I ask him, "Is your mother a virgin?" He comes right back with, "My favorite color is plaid." So I ask, "What do you add to powdered water?" And he says, "If Jimmy cracked corn and no one cares, then why is there a song about him?" Then I ask, "Was Lake Titicaca named by a 5-year-old boy?" And with our oddness thusly verbalized, we become instant best friends. I finally get around to asking him his name. "Matt Martin," he says. "Matt Martin, Martian from Mars," I say in a special robotic voice for no reason at all, which becomes his handle. I use it enough that it catches on with other kids and adults as well. Eventually, you can't get Matt's attention unless you use the robot-like voice. We'll wrap that up for today. That's 1 year. 1 year. Come on, people. Come on. I'll be back next Tuesday, nevertheless, for another edition of Page Turning Tuesdays with Tom. Until then, be good, take care of each other, and I'll see you then. Bye.